Hey guys, it's Maddie and welcome back to my channel. I apologize in advance if you can hear the little dog in the background. He has chosen one of the most annoying toys that he wants to play with right now, his big ball. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the holiday season as it is upon us. Christmas is coming, and so are Christmas events, Christmas parties, family get-togethers, all of that kind of thing. And those can be hard to deal with. Just the whole time of Christmas can be some high emotions, some difficult things, right, Sully? Difficult? Yeah. Some hard things. Life is just weird. Life is different during this time. It's like almost all of the normalcy is thrown out the window for almost like the entire month of December, I think. And Sally would like to join us in this video. So anyways, I just wanted to have kind of like an open discussion about Christmas, the holiday times, and some struggles that you may experience, and just giving you some comfort and making you feel maybe a little less alone during these times. To start off, everyone has very high emotions during these times. Like literally everyone is peak emotional, at their emotional peak. It's just a lot going on and you don't always know what someone else is going through. So someone may like snap at you, but they have been experiencing a lot of other things. So that was just kind of like the tipping point for them. But everyone's emotional. Everyone is like emotionally unregulated and a lot of shit is happening. And it's just hard to deal with. You're like coming to the end of the year. There's a lot of pressure put on for the month of December. Everyone's just like kind of mine is switched to vacay mode, like the time off for the holidays. Work might be stressful because it's the fourth quarter if you're like corporate. So you're wrapping up work, trying to get that looked after, and everyone's just going through it. With December being like a whole separate month on its own, like it feels like once December 1st hits, the whole world kind of goes crazy and everyone, for me, I feel very overwhelmed as soon as December hits because you're fed a whole bunch of different things from like marketers and just stuff like that. So it's hard to stick to a routine, and don't beat yourself up or feel like guilty or ashamed if you're not sticking to your routines of going to the gym all of the time. I feel like life kind of gets put on pause for the month of December. So do what you can, but don't kill yourself trying to stick to your routines perfectly, like your workouts, your eating, reading, skincare, stuff like that. Just kind of adjust your life each day. Take each hour 1 hour at a time. And what can you do this hour instead of looking at it like a whole month or the week on its own? Break things down into more manageable pieces. This is my first Christmas working and not in school and not going back to school next year. And even for me who's working, finances are tight. I don't know how I've done it before and been so blissfully unaware, but finances are tight and you don't know what everybody's financial stance is, or their financial status, I guess. And it's hard if you have a lot of people to buy for and finding the room in your budget for each and every person. And it's something I'm struggling with right now, figuring out how much to like spend on each person where they still feel appreciated and know that I love them, but I don't go completely broke. A lot of our family gifts are like budgeted, like $75 or $100. So it's nice to have like a hard budget, but at the same time, when you have to buy for like 4 or 5 people, it does get pretty pricey. But I am trying to remind myself that it is just for this month. It's not forever. Once January comes, I won't be having to buy this many gifts for quite a while. But it's also a little overwhelming because it happens all at once. You have like, for me, all of my Christmases happen between like 3 days, between the 24th and the 26th. So I have a lot of money being put out in those 3 days and it's overwhelming. It is a lot of money I see going out, and I don't make any more this month than I would last month. So I have a lot more output than I do input, and I'm just trying to remind myself it's not forever. It's not an every month thing. Just spend the money and I'll figure it out. Maybe I'm not saving as much. Maybe I don't contribute as much to my investments, but just figuring it out and it will be okay. But don't put yourself into financial debt if you can't afford it. I don't love the expectation of spending lots of money, no matter what your finances are like. If you have more money, maybe the expectations are for you to spend more on gifts. Comparatively, if you have a lower income, you're still expected to spend money on people. So it's all kind of relative. In my families, people drink, obviously, as in I think most families, but sometimes if you're wanting to be like sober or don't want to drink as much, there might be some pressure around Christmas and the holidays to drink more than you would like to, or more than you're comfortable with, just because it's what the social setting is like. And if you need to drink to cope, do it safely within reason. Like, don't, and if I know relationships are iffy, and this was like one of my next point, is like navigating different relationships and different family dynamics. Everyone has different circumstances and different situations. So if you got to drink to handle your family, then do what you got to do. Unless it's a problem, then obviously seek help. But don't feel ashamed if you are drinking or if you're not drinking, and you don't owe an explanation to anyone, regardless, either way. Like I kind of mentioned in the last point, is uncomfortable or different family dynamics, especially if this is like the first Christmas where you don't have a loved one, like if they've passed or you have no relation or connection to someone in your family, and knowing and deciding for yourself if you wish to see that person or not to see them, and comparing your family dynamics to other people's. If you see like the stereotypical Hallmark, a mom, a dad, siblings, grandparents, everyone getting along super well, might not always be the case. And if it's not, no, you're not alone. It's probably more common than you think. Food is like the main topic of the holidays, I think, besides gifts and drinking. But it can be hard if you struggle with your eating habits, like I do personally. But not overeating, not restricting. Don't beat yourself up, because this is a really hard time, and just, it's a whole different world at Christmas. Like, I know Thanksgiving and other holidays are, but when Christmas comes, it is like mayhem. It is like the frickin' purge, I swear. But just give yourself some grace when you're navigating your food, eating. Let yourself enjoy the food. Don't beat yourself up for it. Enjoy the food. Just know that you can always get back on track later. Don't worry too much about it. There's a lot more bigger things going on, and just do what you can, and don't try not to think about it too much, and don't like dwell on it. These next 2 points kind of go hand in hand, but that is feeling like you have a never-ending to-do list, and then the act of comparing everything you have done or haven't done to everyone else. I just feel like there's always another gift I could buy, another piece of decoration I could put up, another item I could bake or cook, or a family member I could reach out to. And then ultimately I compare everything I have done or haven't done to those I see on social media, those in my family, in my friend circles, in my social circles. And it's like a rat race, just never catching up, and feeling like no matter what I do, my to-do pile is getting taller and my comparisons are getting bigger. But just accepting that I can only do as much as I can do, and some people might have more time or resources than I do, but I'm still trying my best. I'm happy with what I'm doing, and Dustin enjoys what I do and like the things I decorate with, and spending time with my family and making sure my loved ones feel appreciated, not just by physical gifts, but also just spending time with them and being an enjoyable person to be around. I feel like that's one of the biggest things you could give someone. And one of my final points that I want to wrap up with is figuring out how to split up your time between all of your friends and your family, your significant other's family, extended family, close family, big friend groups, small friend groups. It feels like really the 3 days around Christmas, the 24th, 25th, and 26th, is what we're all waiting for. This whole month is leading up to basically those 3 days, I think. You have those 3 days to see all of your family that you can, spend the time with your friends, and really that I think is one of the most stressful things, is deciding who to see and figuring out when you can book in what Christmas and stuff like that. So you probably aren't going to see the people you want to see for as long as you want to see them. And it's really unfortunate. And I really don't have any advice for this because I still struggle with figuring out when we're doing Christmases, and it's hard. But just you make it work the best you can and make those people a priority that you want to see and spend time with them. And if you can only see people for 10 minutes, I guess that's all you can do. Anyways, that is all for this video. Give yourself some grace this holiday season. Be gentle with yourself. Be accepting. Be understanding for yourself and for others, because we're all going through this. It might not be talked about as much as it should be necessarily, but everyone's navigating it and figuring it out as we go. If you have any secrets to figuring out Christmas and to making it easier, please share them down below. But anyways, I will see you in my next video. Bye.